Hello and thank you for watching Creative Art Expressions with Sapphire C. In this video I'm going to show you how to do a gauge swatch. I'm working with a G hook, which is a 4.5 millimeter, and a size for worsted weight yarn. This one happens to be, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby in the color Brighton, I believe. No, sorry, City Beat. I'm gonna do a swatch in half double crochets for this one. So I'm just gonna start by chaining, say 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And a gauge swatch is just so you can, when you're reading a pattern, it will usually tell you the gauge. And it will help prepare you for that pattern, since you will know, sorry, trying to get my words right, since you will know whether you might crochet a little bit larger or smaller than the person who wrote the crochet pattern. So it's helpful to know if you're off on your gauge. You'll either need to go up or down a crochet hook just to make sure it's right. Some patterns may not matter on the gauge, but many of them will. So for this gauge, it's going to be for one of my glove patterns, maybe other patterns in the future depending on if it's needed for a different pattern. So I have crocheted 10. You could always, that's just what I'm going to stick with for now. And I'm going to do half double crochets, so I'm going to half double crochet in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, so you'll end up with 10 half double crochets. I know when I first started to crochet, I always wanted to skip the gauge. I just wanted to get right to the project. And sometimes that worked, but then sometimes I ended up with something that was just way off. And I'm like, oh, I should have done the gauge. And in some of my patterns, looking at the gauge video I do is very important. On some of my Sea Breeze patterns that I've done, you'll definitely want to make sure you look at them if you get any of those patterns. Okay, and usually a swatch is probably going to be bigger than this, but this is a beginner pattern, so I'm just going to do a little swatch here. Okay, so I've half double crocheted in my 10 chains, so I should have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and I always half double crochet right in the first stitch of the same stitch as the chain right there. So you're just going to go back and half double crochet in all of those again. Okay, and that last one, you want to make sure you get it in there to make sure that you have 10 stitches, not counting the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to chain 1 and turn again and go back. I think I'll do about 5 rows of this. And different things can affect your tension. If you're watching something that might stress you out, or if you're thinking about something that might stress you out, you might crochet a little bit tighter than if you're listening to some relaxing music or something like that. So sometimes your tension and your gauge can change because of that. So let's see. 9, 10. And I think I'll do one more, and most gauges are probably more than this, but anyways, okay, one more time. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to finish that off, but there's an itty bitty little swatch. That should be enough to figure out. Now, with my patterns, you'll want to make sure your gauge matches mine. So it is 3 and oh, sorry, bring that up here. It is 3 inches long. So I got 10 half double crochet in 3 inches. And then if you've let's see, if you have, like, if it's longer than that, then your crocheting is looser than mine, and you'll want to go down a crochet hook size to get the right gauge. If it's smaller, then your crocheting is tighter than mine, and you might want to go up a crochet hook size. So you just have to work with that and figure out what's going to work best for you. And so that's why gauge is very important, to get the right size. Say if you're doing a hat, that's probably pretty important, or you know, something that you're going to wear. If it's a blanket, it's really not as important. Your blanket will just end up a different size. And then the width on mine here is 1.5, a little bit over 1.5 inches, just a little tiny bit over that. I don't know that you can see that, but it will also be in the PDF pattern, the size of the swatch. That is how you do a gauge for this, for the purpose of my, I believe it's my fingerless glove crochet pattern. And in the future, maybe used for something else, but tiny little swatch. I hope this has helped you. Please comment, leave a like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.